Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me preface this video by saying they do not want you to win. It sucks. It honestly sucks. If we were born in a world where everybody, the powerful and just the regular common folk, were all working towards building a better world for everybody, better communities, strong families, being able to raise your kids in the most ideal environment, etc. It would be incredible, honestly. The world could become an amazing place in a very short amount of time. The problem is that the people who are on top absolutely hate seeing you win. And from the moment you're born, you have to fight an uphill battle. And this brings me to the main point of this video, and that is you need to first identify all of the ways in which your greatness is being repressed. And you need not only to just identify them, but to actively work to improve each one of them in order to be the most well-rounded achiever that you could possibly be. The reason today I'm talking about, what is this video called? The Path to Conquering Lust, something like this, is because for some reason, a lot of things are normalized, at least where I live in the Western part of the world. Like a lot of things, I've made a video on this before, but alcohol. In what world is it okay for alcohol to be legal versus all of the other things that are illegal to consume? It makes no sense. It makes you think, who's behind this and what goal does it achieve? Use your critical thinking skills. And the same thing applies for adult videos. From the age of, I think, like 8 years old, I had access to, my first device was an iPod Touch when I was a kid. Those devices allowed children, anybody in the entire world with an internet connection, to access a wealth of information. And as a kid with no restrictions, I'm not saying that I did, I'm saying I had the ability to just watch as much adult content as the heart desires. And this not only applied to me, but everybody who had access to a screen. Now I understand that this was a new era in technology, the mobile wave where people could have computers on them at all times, and people didn't know how to react. But it's just the fact of the matter that many years later, 2025, it's still, not only is it allowed, it's kind of like nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's a click away. You just type in, you don't even have to type in the URL. You can go on Google and you search up, show me adult content, and Google will say, here you go. Here's the menu. Take at your desire. And it's ridiculous. It's another thing that makes you wonder, if you use your critical thinking skills, ask yourself, why is this not only legal, but almost served to you on a silver platter? My opinion, I'm not a doctor, but I've watched some YouTube videos, which makes me a qualified advice giver, of smart people talking about this and how watching adult videos and indulging in this kind of content is terrible for you in so many ways. Not only in the psychological addiction kind of way, but also in the way your body releases hormones which changes your entire behavior. I don't know the scientific details, okay? But I know it's no good. No part of it is good at all. And also, if we go into the psychological effects, it rewires your brain to react to certain stimuli which come from a screen versus coming from real life. It's all bad news. I'm going to put some links, maybe a link in the description where you can go and listen to smarter people talk about this. The point is that, okay, it's very easy to access. People make it seem like it's normal, which it's not, let's be clear. And at least for me, I was never addicted in any way, but in 2025, at the age of 24 years old, I decided to just stop. Same thing with alcohol. Now, even though alcohol, anything in moderation is not necessarily bad, I think when it comes to adult videos, it is just totally unnecessary and bad for you. I don't think there's one single benefit. It is not good for you in any single way at all. So I urge you to overcome this. If you partake, it's not hard, I promise. It's the equivalent of just not going on the website. It's very simple. Now, there are other kind of behaviors attached to that may be more difficult to let go of. I'm going to maybe sometime in the future talk about these other things, but for now, digest the food of ideas that I have presented, and I will see you tomorrow, probably.